This is my Axial Gravedigger review and unboxing. Richie from Driftomaniacs here. This thing is absolutely amazing. To be honest, I've had a sneak peek in the box already. This is going to blow you away, the look of this thing. The box just does not do this thing justice. So, let's get started. Well, the Axial Gravedigger is a fully licensed Monster Jam truck. It is designed to be as scale as possible to the real thing, even down to this tube chassis, which is unique to this vehicle. Fully detailed polycarbonate body, BKT replica tyres, just like the ones used on the original Gravedigger, which has been going for some 30 years now. This is a 1/10 scale truck, 4-wheel drive, ready to run. So let's have a quick look at the features you get for your money. Any comments or questions you might have on this truck, do ask away. I got this one from F&M Hobbies. It's one of the first ones out there on the market. If you want to get one from them, they've got a few in stock. Use the link below the video and give them a call. And if you like the video, please do subscribe. Well, the truck slides out from the end here, so I'm just going to need to switch camera positions to get it out. I can tell you now, this looks absolutely amazing. Well, I have to say, Axial, with Gravedigger, you have outdone yourselves. This thing looks mind-blowingly good. Well, to my mind anyway. The level of detail throughout the thing, just at a glance, is just fantastic. They've just stepped it up a level with the Axial Gravedigger monster truck here. Just going to open the rest of the box and find out what goodies we've got on here. The obvious thing being, this is ready to run. It's not a kit. I'm going to see what else we've got in the box. Well, diving on down into this huge box here, let's see what else we've got. We've got a giant bag of various spare parts. There's another driver's head figure here. One of these, this looks like this one, appears to be the glow-in-the-dark version. You've got a bag of miscellaneous tools on there. Let's see what else we've got in the big bag of tricks here. Okay. We've got our 3-channel tactic radio here. We've got on there, we've got steering trim, throttle trim, steering rate trim on here. These have got a really good, nice weight to them. If you've not used one before, you will like this. You've got all the reversing controls on the back for steering the throttle here. Your power on and off function is here. Batteries just go in the bottom there. Great little radio for that. So that will be familiar to many of you if you've had Axial products before. And here we've got our instruction manual, so I'll open that up, and also on the radio in there as well. 2.4 gigahertz radio, so it's not going to get interfered by with anything else. So what do we get for our money? We get our instruction book, our tactic transmitter, our bag of spare parts, and this amazing truck. This is way better than I thought it was going to look. I just hope this comes out well on camera. This thing looks absolutely amazing. I was slightly nervous on the polycarbonate body, thinking it was going to be maybe a really hard shell one. This is a nice flexible one. This is going to put up with quite a bit of abuse. Overall, just looks absolutely fantastic. So I'm just going to take the camera off the tripod. Let's get in there and have a close look. Just do a quick walk around on the truck. There you can see rear aluminium shocks, the BKT scale wheels and tyres. This is this new tubular chassis on the SMT10 platform. Front aluminium shock there. Moving around, this is what they refer to as a hydraulic setup. It's designed to give it a hydraulic feel. It's not actually hydraulic, but the whole thing is designed to look and feel like the real thing. Moving onwards and upwards of the body, just check out this body. I cannot get enough of this. It is just fantastic, just like the real thing. And if I just zoom in there, there's our little driver with his glow-in-the-dark head. Hopefully I might see if we can get that on camera in a minute. Let's check out a few features of the car. We've got our tactic water-resistant servo on there, aluminium shocks front and rear. We've got these absolutely fantastic BKT scale tyres, just like the real thing. We've got front and rear differentials, both in these solid axles all round. Diffs in both. The axles aren't locked or anything like that. Just looking down the back of this body, just check this out. 4-time champion Gravedigger, the one, the only. This is the back of the truck. How cool does that look? Just looking down the inside of the tube chassis there. Well, let's get the body on. Well, moving on inside my Axial Gravedigger review. The body just held on by 4 pins, 2 front, 2 at the rear. And there we go. There is the Axial Gravedigger in all its glory. This looks immensely strong from the outset. They've used a new, I believe, form of nylon on this, which gives it some slight flex, but also provides immense strength, so it's not as brittle as solid plastic on its own would be. We've got a little warning label in here, which I believe is to do with the battery, so I'll have a look at that in a second. Just spinning it round in front of the camera there. So just take the camera off the tripod and we'll have a look in a little more. Looking from the back now, you can see we get a really good view of the 4-link rear suspension setup on there. The battery tray, this is one of the neat features on this, just features 1 pin to open it for easy access to slide the battery in the back there. And if I zoom on in there, you can see the ubiquitous Dean's connector in there. That battery tray is a really neat feature for one very good reason. The fact of it is, when the body's on, you can change the battery pack for a new one without having to remove the body. Pretty neat feature to my mind. Sitting nice and high up at the front here, we have our waterproof receiver box. Note the receiver itself isn't waterproof, just the box. It's a great little scale driver in the top there. Well, sat just underneath the driver is the AE5 waterproof ESC. Note this version doesn't come with an on-off switch. As soon as you plug the battery in, ready to go. Front shock setup and suspension under there. We've got a 27-turn motor just tucked away through in the back in there. Waterproof connectors go into that. And we've got our central gearbox tucked away. Down the bottom here, we've got our mounting point where you can fit an extra shock absorber. And you've got that same front and rear on there, so you can double up on everything all round. Okay, suspension wise, we got some fairly huge range of movement on here. Lift the front tyre, that's all 3 tyres still on the ground there. What's that? 6-7 inches clearance there. Massive amount of movement all round on this thing. Any comments or questions you might have, do ask away. Do my best to answer them. Yes, there are some common parts on this truck that shared with other things in the Axial range. There's also a lot new on this truck. This green tube frame here, obviously. And while the Axials look similar to other ones in the range, there's a lot more detail, scale detail on these Axials. So there are many things that are different yet similar. The front steering, as an example, is also completely new compared to anything in the range. Obviously the wheels and tyres are. Overall, the whole thing has an absolutely fantastic scale truck. I was thinking it would be good. I didn't think it would look as good as this. Well, good reason to subscribe. The very next video that I'm putting out is going to be of the Axial Gravedigger doing its first outdoor run test. And I'm also going to put the GPS meter on there so we can see how fast is the Axial Gravedigger. Well, in conclusion, if you wanted a scale monster truck, Axial have delivered with the Gravedigger across the whole platform, to my mind. This thing looks absolutely fantastic. If you buy one of these, you're not going to be disappointed. People are going to be asking you in your local park where you bought this from, what the hell is it, etc, etc. F&M Hobbies, where I got this one from, do have a few of these left in stock, so if you're quick, you might get one. There's a link at the end of the video and a link below the video. Cannot thank them enough for getting me one of the very first ones out there on the market. Well, any comments or questions on the video, ask away, and if you like this video, then please do subscribe. Thanks so much for watching.
If you want your very own Axial Gravedigger, then why not buy your RC gear where I buy mine? F&M Hobby Centre in New Jersey, 973 361 0042. And by all means, please subscribe. Thanks for watching.